Yeah, that's really cute. That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Pulling my finger.
I can't.
So we're here in the woods and we are doing some like natural woodlands portraits type stuff. My hair looks a bit crazy. I'm gonna use this to create like a little like pretty, I don't know how to explain it. A little pretty little something in the photo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really lovely. Try putting them like down.
That's what you get for down.
Yeah. The stall idea that I had initially didn't quite work. I think the lighting and the everything I saw in my head just was it just wasn't working.
It was me,
I don't know
my
why.
fault.
No, it wasn't your fault. It's just I haven't thought this through. We bought a bunch of flowers in Tesco earlier and I just pulled out some carnations and I'm just gonna hold these in the corner of the frame quite close to the camera to create like a little pink light. Okay, I'm kind of battling with the light a little bit and my knowledge of how to work cameras, but I figured out that, sorry if it's really windy and you can't hear me, that from here I'm getting some good portraits. I think this is the best angle we've got so far. And there's a stone in my shoe. The wind is not being very helpful. Yeah. I got that. That's a wrap. We're gonna leave it there and I'm gonna show Jess the pictures now.
Oh my god!
That's the shot.
New Tinder profile.
That's the shot.
I look like a hamster when I smile.
Oh, that's so lovely. You were smiling really naturally because you just pretended to eat the flower.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
Thank you so much for doing that for me, for being my model. I've made her very cold and made her take her glasses off a bunch and she couldn't see what I was doing. We did a bunch of the same pose with glasses without, some with a cardigan, but most without. So she's been cold most of the time, bless her. I'm about to go through all the photos I took and put my favourite ones into a separate folder. I took 137 photos in total, which is okay. We were just sort of playing around. We weren't in a massive hurry, but I do want to get better at taking less photos but better ones, like more precise ones. Before I go through these, I thought I'd quickly tell you what camera and lens I used because I know people are probably gonna ask. This is the camera that I use. This is the one I use for my, what I would call sit down YouTube videos. I call them that just because I set my camera up and I sit down. Whereas my vlogging camera, I'll be walking around vlogging. So this is my sit down camera. This is a Canon 7D and the lens on there right now is a 50mm lens. This is pretty new, I haven't had it too long. I bought it secondhand when I knew that I wanted to practice portraits more. But the lens that I've used most with this camera is this lens. This is just the one that came with it when I bought it. It's 18 to 135mm. It's a good lens, it served me well for a very long time, but it's massive and so heavy. Like, just compare it to the size of that one. It makes it so much heavier on your wrist and so much more of a pain to carry around. I love how tiny this little one is. This is my new favorite thing. I also took some snaps on this while we were shooting. This is a disposable 35mm Fujifilm camera. I've been taking just some random photos during life on this, and I've also been taking some during photo shoots. There's something so exciting about not being able to check it and perfect it and just having to capture the moment and wait to see how it turns out. So I'm going to carry on using this, get it developed, and maybe I could make a little video about it as well, like reacting to all my photographs, because by the time I get these printed I'll probably have forgotten half of the photos I've taken as well. That always happens when I use a film camera. I get it developed and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I photographed that wall with a flower on it. So I have my laptop in front of me and I'm gonna go through these photographs, separate out my favorite ones, and then start editing. I'm so excited. This is my favorite bit. When I'm editing a photograph, I'm also getting excited and thinking about when I get to show the person the final result and see what they think of it. My aim with these photographs is to create a really natural looking woodlands portrait. I love the idea of it being out in nature. I did Jess's makeup and we did it very minimal. I wanted to do something really natural and stripped back because when I was looking back at my old work and thinking about how I used to edit, I realised my retouching technique was bad. I used to basically blur their entire like face out. What I want to be able to offer to people is like, this is you on your best skin day, your best hair day. It's not like an unattainable, unreal you.